All right, Brother Dave. Go ahead here, sir.
So I'm sure you guys have seen it in the news, but how they brought the dire wolf.
Terrible idea.
So many movies been made about this.
I know.
I mean, not about dire wolves, but about bringing shit back that's
You know,
not
there's
here.
been one general consensus that the online community has agreed to. These son of a bitches went extinct 10,000 years ago before humans really messed with them. There's probably a reason for it. Maybe we shouldn't bring them back.
That same company is claiming like 26 or 27. They were wanting to have the woolly mammoth back.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, pal?
When you
What are
start
you doing?
playing God, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah, it ain't gonna fly.
Have you guys ever seen that one movie, Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
Or the
time or
three
two.
other 4 or 5 they made
Yeah.
past that.
The Chris Pratt versions aren't bad.
Oh, I like.
I'd like to get that 4570 he's got.
That's a Marlin, and
Yeah, for killing raptors.
and it was so funny.
thing's
Did you see
badass.
the, I'd love to have one of those, but the Marlin, I think it was a Marlin.
You can buy it with a raptor on it.
Right. Well, so on their website, on all their guns, they had like a silhouette, I guess, of like rabbits or buffalo or whatever.
Yeah, that was
They
it.
had the damn T-Rex. on
Yeah.
there. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know much about dire wolves other than they must get ginormous.
They say, I mean, allegedly, I don't think they were much bigger than gray wolves. They were, I mean, I think they had more weight to them, but it was still like, I think 28 to 32 inches at the shoulders. But gray wolves get 24 to 27 inches, I think.
But what are you going to do with these guys? Keep them in a cage somewhere?
I don't know. They had George R. Martin, the guy that wrote the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Because there's some dire wolves in there, and that was a big kind of part of the plot. So he got to hold all 3 of them. They're named after the 3 dire wolves or some horse shit there. I mean, they're cool looking.
Here's the
I
question.
mean, I like big dogs, but
So if those, since they share the same genetic material, you're only going to be able to have inbred dire wolves, correct?
well, so that's what somebody said. They're not really dire wolves because they found the DNA and like some fossils from however long ago.
From the La Brea tar pits. And they said that they're like 16 genomes or something. They had to have at least 12 genomes or something
Yes,
of the dire wolf to be able to implant that into
gray wolf.
a gray wolf's egg or whatever.
Yeah.
And they said that they were fortunate enough that they found one piece of was it skull or something that they found it
I
from?
didn't get that deep into the woods. I don't think
I
no,
did
but-
a little bit, but I believe it was a skull. And they said they found 16 genomes that were 100% direwolf that they were able to put back into this gray, and that's why they, like Dave said, they're not true direwolves, but yeah.
But if they're close enough. I saw somebody, because the meme game went strong, and one of them was like, by the end of the week, there'll be dire doodles for sale.
Yeah, no shit. Now, do you say wolf or woof?
Wolf.
Wolf. Okay. I just know a lot of people that call them woofs. I think we've had this conversation before about
Wolves?
about
I've known
wolves.
people that call them wolves.
Yeah.
That's what
A dire wolf.
Ratman's little puppy is. Woof woof.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of spooky if you get to thinking about it. Because what if they bring back other shit that, you know?
Well, I think they're full on for it. Who's paying for this, by the way? Like, that's my question. Like, who's depositing the money? And here's the other thing. If we're able to bring back something from 10,000 years ago, why are we not doing that good genetic work to rid the world of other genetic issues and look for, I don't know. I just,
Camo.
Big
a real company we didn't even know about.
Yeah.
So do we think they'll, like, can these dire wolves like breed together then?
I don't know if they'd want them breeding together too soon. You think they'd want to try to figure that out and get a couple different.
That's what I'm saying. The gene pool is gonna.
Yeah. They'll end up with real big foreheads or something.
3 tails.
Yeah.
Banjo playing sons of bitches.
I don't know, man. That's kooky. But I don't know. I'm just tongue-tied about the whole deal.
Well, I just don't know what you're gonna do with them.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
yeah.
you've
Just put them
brought-
in a zoo. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
you-
then charge people buco bucks to come look at them. You know what
But
I mean?
how much did it cost? in money to do this.
How many
genetic-
salaries did they have to pay in order for this shit
Yeah.
to happen? Yeah.
And if you brought a woolly mammoth back,
Oh my God.
like that's cool and everything.
Where are you
but-
going to keep it? Africa or not Africa? Antarctica?
Maybe.
I mean,
Well, they're probably already there.
If they're releasing,
Spooky.
I can't help it. I say it all the time, but like they're getting paid by the governments, I'm sure, because there's going to be some good reason.
Elon must have not investigated this, or he wants a direwolf puppy.
I,
Because Elon and the Doge boys,
chopping block.
yeah.
I would have a dire wolf. Like that'd be pretty cool. Like great big old.
A wolf the size of this table.
What
living
was
in
it?
your house.
What's that show called? About where your pets eat you.
Eaten alive.
Is it called that? Or
Cats for sure will do.
Deadly Obsession or some shit like that? Where the cats
Like the guy's like, oh, the snake always lays next
Yes!
to my daughter. Well, she's sizing her up to see if she'll fit or not.
Yeah, like
Well,
that's what I was getting.
You want to know a spooky thing? So I went to church on Saturday for
Scary.
Palm and Passion Sunday.
That's right.
But it's Saturday after it's Vigil Mass, so it works. And I was pulling into the spot, and there at St. Mary's, there's a parking lot that you can get to from Washington, and then also Short 4th. And there's a house right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull into a spot. There's a girl standing there. She reaches down in the grass and pulls up a snake. And I was like, what the f-? And I'm just like looking at her. And I was like, where did she just pull that out of her backyard? And it was like one of them little ball pythons, I guess. And I get out.
Oh, it was a pet snake.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I just saw
Oh.
her reach into the grass, grab a snake, and put it around, like holding it up.
I got
She's
a
on-
gun. Put it down.
She's on the phone. She's on the phone. And
Oh
she's got
my
the snake and then
gosh.
puts it around her shoulder. And I get out of the vehicle, and me not leaving an opportunity. There was a guy sitting there on a motorcycle, and there was kids there, and she was there. And I go, not gonna lie, snake threw me for a little bit of a loop. He just chuckled. And it took me off guard.
Come on, kids, get your ass to church. This lady's over here chanting to this
Yeah.
snake and shit. We got to get over here.
Yeah, she's handling the serpent. But
But
yeah, it threw me for a loop because she put that thing on her shoulder, didn't miss a beat. I was like, man, that's a big snake to pull out of your backyard. And I start trying to identify it like, oh my God, that almost looks like copperhead or something. She's going to get bit. And it puts it on her shoulder.
That
and I was
bitch got a blunt tail, or is its eyes catty?
Yeah.
What is that?
she was,
Smells
she had-
like cucumbers.
if you have a pet snake, we are not friends. I'm
Oof.
just going to go ahead and throw it out
Uncle
there.
Grant had a couple back in the day. Kind of weird.
Yeah, we're not friends. That's, if you are, I just can't handle it. Like there's some things that deserve to be pets. There's something, go do the great thing. Go to the Du Bois County Humane Society. Adopt a cat or dog. A freaking snake. You can't scratch a snake's belly. It's not going to come up, and I guess you can scratch a snake's belly, but
This kid I worked with,
Ah.
he 100% had snakes, and also had an emperor scorpion. What a weird deal. And he collected swords.
Meth.
Nope, nope,
I'm
nope,
telling
no
you.
meth.
Did you get rid of that bearded dragon yet?
Yeah,
Yeah, Rango.
he had a hole in his head.
Yeah.
17 HMR.
that's
It was definitely overkill, but at the time, he had a bone disease. It was tough.
Yeah.
so a bullet to the head works.